Today, I am here with my mom, Grandmaster Pia Cramling, and we're gonna figure out the difference in the brain of a Grandmaster and the brain of a 2000 rated player, aka me. So we're gonna be having a chess position in front of us, and we're gonna be analyzing the same position separately to see what ideas and what we think about the position, what comes to mind. So first, I will start out by analyzing this position myself. I'll tell you my thoughts out loud, and then I will probably just try to figure out what the best moves are and play a few moves forward, and then my mother will do exactly the same thing. So we're gonna do that with 3 positions, and we're gonna see in what ways a Grandmaster thinks better than the rest of us. So let's do it. Okay, so I guess, Mom, we can do it one at a time. We can start with me.
Yeah, you start. Yeah, absolutely. You can start every time if you
Well,
want.
but you have to leave the room because you can't see the position.
Oh, I thought I could stay here and listen to your thoughts and everything.
No!
That was my dream.
No!
And I got some extra time also to think. So I have to leave.
Yes, you have to leave, of course. That's the point.
Oh.
Okay, so it's black to move right now. So we should probably flip the board. That is a good idea. And now, oh wow, we have some relaxing music. Ooh, I like that. Okay, it's black to move, and I need to figure out, I think I should figure out, yeah, what the ideas are here for black, and maybe also what the evaluation would be for black. I think that's a pretty fun thing, or the evaluation of this position, to see what that is. Here, what I am seeing is that, is it equal material? So white just took this pawn. So I suppose here that we would take back, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So black is 2 pawns up right now. But white does have some form of attack towards the king, so it's a little bit unbalanced. And I don't think we want to allow to take here. Yeah, so what's coming to mind for me is, one, that we're up material, but it's clear that white has a lot of compensation. I am inclined to say that white is better here, even though white is down 2 pawns. I don't know if it is because I cannot find a good way for black to solve all the issues, but like my idea is that there's like 1.4 for white, plus 1.4. Okay, so yeah, so takes f5. Takes f5. Knight over here. Bishop f4. And if queen f6, there's takes, takes, takes. Which is maybe okay after takes, king takes. King g7. But then pawn takes. That's not good either. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like anything. I hate this. I don't like this for black. I think black is worse. I think black is a lot worse, but I don't know if it's me that's bad and can't figure it out. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my analysis. I think black is here a lot worse, and I'm seeing as the best continuation to take here, pawn push, and then go knight here, and then bishop f4 probably, and then I don't think queen f6 is good. Maybe we can go knight here, and then after rook g3, maybe we can go queen c5. And maybe this is okay, actually. Maybe this is good. I'm not sure. This is, I think, what the best line is. Yeah, that is what I'm going to say. But I'm going to say that white is much better here. So like plus 1.4 or something for white. Okay, I'm going to bring in my mother now. Okay, so now you heard what I think about this position. Let's see what my mom thinks about this position.
So this is the position. Oh, and it's black to move because
it's
white.
Black to move, yeah.
Okay, so first I can see that white has the bishop pair, the 2 bishops, but black has like, is it even 2 pawns extra? So that's quite normal. That should be quite good. But okay, there are some, yeah, now you take on g6. the question, how will we take back? But I would just say, because I think, is there nothing hanging? I think the normal is just to take back on g6. And what is our plan?
With what?
For me, it's logical to take with the h pawn, because I like to keep the pawns together. You see all the pawn structure. You have these 4 pawns on the king side. So I would like to take it. Also, if I go with the queen, I'm a little bit concerned what will happen. Maybe will you try f5, queen, f6? My king becomes weak. I don't know. For me, it's very logical to play h to g6. If f5 comes, we have maybe knight e5 starting to bothering you. So yeah, I would go h take g6 because my king feels much. Yeah, you have a rook on the 3rd rank. No, I would never take with the queen. No, I can't. If I take with the queen, you take on c5, rook g3. No. So h take g6 is the move I would absolutely play in this position. Yeah, so I guess I will take h take g6, f5, and I go knight e5. This is what I will do. And after bishop f4, I will go my queen f6. This is my plan. You can go some...
Takes.
If you take, I go queen takes.
And takes.
Then I will take the rook because you don't have the dark square bishop any longer. You can go g take f7 check. Aha. Oh, I forgot about that. G take f7 check. Aha. This is just king g7, queen g3 check. King, and you don't have queen g3 check. You don't have any checks. So I have king g7 in that position.
Oh, I didn't see that. I saw, Mom, I saw this exact position. I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed that the queen is stopping. I saw this exact position, but I missed that the queen is preventing the check.
The check there, yeah.
I saw that exact position in my brain, but I missed that.
Yeah, for you.
So Mom, what do you think what do you think the evaluation would be here approximately? Do you think black is better?
I think black is better. Yeah, I like black. And the question is if white can win on the attack. If white's attack is not working, black is better.
But do you have any kind of evaluation number that you can give?
What I would say big advantage for black. That's what I would say.
Okay, everybody, are you ready for the reveal? This is so exciting.
But it's a sharp position.
It could be either way,
Yeah, it could be either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close to.
It's minus 0.53, so black is a little bit better.
Yeah, black is just a little bit better. Yeah, I was too optimistic. And
that's
f5.
crazy.
But after f5, king g7 is the most, not yes. So h f5, king g7. So what's wrong with knight e5 that we wanted so much to play?
But still, I thought white was just winning. But yeah, but I mean, Mom, you were pretty much right. You said -1, it's minus 0.5. You said that black was a bit better,
Yeah. But after f5, we cannot go knight e5. You can take on g6. And this is, because after taking, and if we go knight, you have bishop h6. We have to play with an exchange less. So we can go queen take. We can go queen take g6. And bishop takes c5. What is happening? We have a check, knight g4 and f5. Yeah, okay. So we have to go queen take g6. If you go bishop takes c5, let's see, bishop takes c5. Maybe we have knight g4 in between, but there could be some other. But also, yes, to take back should be working because take rook g3. We have we have a check and knight g4. So this is what I wanted to go. I wanted to give you a check here. And we have knight g4 here. But now you can take. You have queen take f7. And what is this here? And this is just the perpetual, yeah.
Wow, Mom, what a line you saw. This is crazy. She's playing all the best top moves. Okay, but I'm just going to show the line. So
f5, yes.
f5, what we were talking about was here, we were afraid of all this, so we wanted to go knight e5 to add another supporter to this pawn and also to prevent this bishop from pinning and winning material. So here we were really afraid of the move bishop f4. That's both what me and my mom were talking about, which is really funny that we found the exact same line. And here I saw queen f6, but...
Can we just say that knight f3 doesn't work because the rook take f3 check? Rook take f3, just
check? Yeah.
Just to mention that.
So here, I wanted to move the queen. We wanted to move the queen to be out of this. But here we were afraid that after pawn takes... No, after pawn takes, this was fine. We were afraid of bishop takes knight, queen takes, and now after pawn takes, we're analyzing queen takes c3 and pawn takes f7, which is fine because after king g7, there isn't this check. But if there would have been this check, then this wouldn't be fine. So this is now obviously very obvious, but, you know, several moves back, 8 moves back, it wasn't so obvious in calculating for me. So I think that is one of the biggest things, that she was able to calculate all the way here and see that this is clearly winning for black, whereas I just had tunnel vision and I couldn't see that this was I still thought there were pieces here. I just didn't notice that the queen can't go here anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that was very good, Mom. You won the first one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and do a second one.
Yeah.
And in this position, Hikaru is playing with the white pieces. So here we have a little bit of a different position. It's not as complicated as the last one. This is a little bit more positional. So it's interesting because here what I can instantly tell is that we have an endgame, which I think is equal pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's equal pawns, but black has the bishop pair, which is better in endgames, especially with the rook for black to have the bishop pair, because bishops and rooks work a lot better. However, white has some great squares, like the knight can go to this square. So who's better in this endgame? I have no clue. So, of course, the first move that comes to mind is to go knight e5 check. That looks like a great square. And then I also see that this pawn could become a little bit weak. I mean, black also has these double pawns. So basically, as white, what I'm trying to figure out is, can I go knight check? And then can I go something like king g2 and rook f1? Because this king also, if it's over here and we get a rook to the f file, this king has a harder time defending this pawn. I mean, another move to look at actually is d5. Because if takes, rook d1, e6, and it sucks. Okay. It's not good. Yeah, check king here. Ooh, I don't know. I kind of like black's position. Because these bishops are so fierce. They're so good. So, knight check, king there. I mean, maybe this is just very good, honestly, with d5 and knight takes. Because now our bishop becomes bad, but... Nah, I believe that black is better here. I'm gonna go for it. I think that is like 0.4 for black because of the bishop pair. I think that even knight check, I think knight check here is the best move for white. King there, but I'm seeing all these ideas for black. I mean, sure, white can go d5. Maybe this is the best continuation to go for this. But I even feel like if we take on d5, even if we take here, knight takes, sure, this pawn gets a little bit weak. But even after a move such as bishop f8, we're going to be eliminating this knight very soon with e6. The knight doesn't have any logical place to go to. Our bishop is very well placed. And the knights look very pretty right now, but they're actually kind of clumsy. And the knight is going to be forced down. So I think black is better here. I would give this 0.4, 0.5. Let's go ahead and bring in my mother. Maybe I'm missing something, but then my mother can tell me. So let's go ahead and bring my mother here.
So is white to move in this position?
Yeah, just have the microphone.
Okay, yeah, I will move close. Yeah, no, I can sit here. So what is white to move? So it's about, it's equal pawns here, yeah? And again, we see these 2 bishops against the knight. This time there is no extra pawn for white. For the knights, we can see what the knight is hanging. And the first move seems very logical, yes, to give. It could be a give it check. Maybe are there some other tactics? No, I don't think so. So 95 is the first move Yeah, 95 looks like such a natural move to be played here, because after 95, it could be that black only has king e8 to play. If you don't go king e8, maybe we can take on f7 take. No, we cannot really do it. It might be our knight will be trapped. I will later show what I'm thinking of. So, I think white is fine in this position. We can also see black has this double pawn, but the pawn is on f5, not controlling. f6. Could white be
Okay, Mom,
fine?
what is the verdict?
I don't know. I want to go knight d5 check. It looks like such a natural first move to be played. And my plan is after to go knight g2, knight f4. And after knight d5 check, I was just wondering if black can do something else than king a8. King a8 seems like the most natural move to me. If you go king d6, I'm just wondering, take on f5, knight f7, king d7. You can go king d5, take on h6. You can go bishop e6. But I will go g4. You go g4 and check here. You have rook f3 check. No, this is not so good. I need to go rook f1. So this is probably knight d5 check. Maybe you can just go king d6 in the position. Wow. Can you keep it? It looks so scary to keep it there. So here, take. But the bishop is on f5. I'm quite confused today. So your bishop
I
is...
promise you nobody's following. So nobody knows if your variations are working or not. Not a single person is following.
So I must say, so knight d5, you can go king d8, but it looks also passive. So I would go, I think white is fine. I would go knight d5. If you go king a8, I will go knight g2, knight f4. Yeah. And my dream is to, I think it's always good to try to think, what pieces do I want to keep on the board? And I would actually dream of, maybe I'm wrong, to getting an endgame where I can put my king on d4, no rooks on the board. I keep my knight on f4, and then I have some activities. So this is what I would dream about. But you will keep a rook on the board to annoy me, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so should we just have a number? Can you give any number?
Yeah. Actually, I think it's about equal. That is what I will say. Maybe it's around equal, this position. This is what I will. Let's see about... Okay, 0.10, I don't know, is mine. Around 0, is what I will say.
So 0.00.
Yeah, I will say that.
Okay.
Yes. But I have, that's what I will say. Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, chat, are you ready for the reveal? Are you ready? So I said that black was a little bit better. My mom is saying that it's around equal and that white is fine. I thought black was better. Mom thinks that white could potentially be a little bit better, but around equal.
Let's see.
Okay.
Black is
3,
winning.
2, 1. Wow, 0.00. Good job, Mom. Wow, that is exactly on the spot.
Yeah. We have e5 square for a knight, and we have f4 square for knight. And the knight likes to have this outpost.
To be on these squares where no pawn or anything can kick it out.
Yeah.
But okay, so knight e5 check. So you were right. Both moves are possible. King e8, king d6. I didn't even consider king d6. I saw king e8, and then I thought knight g2, bishop g7.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to go knight f4 here now. And we can see now that if you're moving the bishop, you're becoming passive. So this is what happened. We put the king on e8. It's a passive piece. And and now if you go back, now you can't keep really the two bishops. Okay, where are you going to keep it? Maybe you go bishop b3. This is the only way to keep the two bishops. But it looks very, very strange. And then, oh, wow. So we have a way to play here.
G4?
Yeah, this is, but it's not an easy way of playing. And the idea is that, and we can see that there's no way for black to attack our pawns because they're all on dark squares and the bishop g7 is restricted and the light square bishop or the rooks cannot attack anything. So with g4, we're finding a way to attack black. Actually, we find a way also to get our king to be active, but we see the king on e8. There's no way it can be active. Actually, you need to somehow go e6, put it on d6, but it just takes lots of time.
And what was the idea of g4?
I think the idea of g4 is actually because we don't have an activity here on the queen side. We can't push on our pawns. If you take on c8, we are giving our opponent the c line. No, we're not allowed it to do it. We must keep a rook on c1, but we also want to make some activity. So nothing on the queen side. We have to concentrate on the king side.
I see, yeah.
So we go g4, and the idea is to maybe just to go up, take it with the king, or we take knight to g4. If you take on e5, we take back with the pawn, and you take on g4. We have king g3, and we will grab it, and we see that e4 pawn is becoming very weak after that.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That was a nice position.
That was nice also, and it was just like a slow position. And again, we had it bishop pair against the two knights.
Yeah, the bishop pair. Well, now it was different. Now the two knights were actually really good together. Okay, so we're gonna do one final position.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go ahead and see. So it is white to move, and the first move to me that comes to mind is f5. Because if we're able to play f5 in a good way, then this bishop is trapped, which is really good. Let's go ahead and think here. So yeah, f5 is the first move that comes to mind for me, because if takes and bishop takes, I want to see if there's any cool thing we could do, like a little knight check, but then there is queen takes and we just lose material. So it doesn't seem like it works. This is a very complicated position. Like, it's very tactical, and my brain is hurting from seeing this, because there's so many different options. Like, my brain is going, okay, we could go f5, let's calculate that can be a very long line to calculate. There's also the idea of maybe going knight takes e5 first and then going f5. That is also something that comes to mind, but I'm pretty quickly taking that out, because after knight takes, this bishop is not trapped anymore, so it doesn't work. But basically what I'm saying is that if I'm able to move this knight, you know, if the knight was gone, f5 would win on the spot. So the question is there any intermediate move we can do with this knight? Do we want to go somewhere? What if we went knight b2? That could be a good move. Could it be a good move? I don't know. Rook f1, rook f2, also a good move to threaten, you know, f5. That's also a good option. Can we go f5 and then go rook f1? I don't know. So this feels like a very complicated position. I think actually an idea could be to go rook f1, f5, queen d1, queen g4. That is what I'm thinking right now. I don't like taking here because I make black's life easier here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I like rook f1 a lot. So rook f1, if the king goes there, that looks really bad because you're losing control of this. Maybe it's what you should do though, but that would be crazy. Yeah, then I want to go f5 anyways, and then bishop f7 maybe. Wait, I didn't see I was up a pawn. No, I haven't calculated this. I was only calculating the position and not the pawns. I am up a pawn right now. I didn't count pawns. Man, that's the first thing I should do when I'm trying to analyze a position. Okay, yeah, then I think it's like 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Sorry, I didn't realize I was up a pawn. Okay, 1.5. I'm trying to think though, what's the best place for the king? Rook f1, maybe it's to go king there. Even though to me that looks crazy. But then f5. Takes, bishop f7. Queen here. But we're still coming. I love this. Okay. Plus 1.5. Rook f1. f5. That is my idea here. I love this. Okay, I guess the last thing I should look at is what to do if they take, actually. That I need to look at too. Yeah. I'm gonna go for rook f1. That is my idea. Okay. Let's go ahead and get my mom in here. Mom?
Yeah, it's a pawn extra.
It's a pawn. Yeah, that's the first thing you notice. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out that it was a pawn extra.
It's a pawn extra. It's a pawn extra. And also we have this very good square c5 here. Actually, we have a square on c5. So we have exchanged our light square bishop with a pawn b3, c4, e4. It would have been passive. So I'm just wondering, there is a fork on f3.
Wait, how does a fork happen on f3?
No, I'm just thinking what happened if I go knight, f take e5. Yeah, seeing what, with the king here. So this is what is it white to move in this
It's
position?
white to move, yeah.
Yeah, so it's white to move in the position because you see this king on f7 here. Are we worried about bishop d4? No, I don't think so. We go rook f1, yes. Taking on e5 is absolutely the first move to be considered, I would say. Take on e5 and then to go. And then my question is, can you take with a knight? But I don't think so. I go bishop b6. Let's see, bishop b6. You have a check. Queen h5 maybe. Is this getting crazy? Knight take h2. I don't think so. This is a little bit getting...
Then fork?
Yeah, take bishop b6 check here, queen h5.
And what were you saying with the f-file? Did you talk about putting a piece on the f-file too?
Yeah. If I put a piece on the f-file, I guess I would have gone rook f1. Why not rook f2? Maybe it doesn't really matter. It's well defended. Both of them are, I guess, fine. Maybe rook f2. I'm not sure, rook f2 or rook f1, which is better to put one of them. Yeah, rook f2 could absolutely be a normal move to play. The one rook to f2, f1. Which one would I prefer? I'm not sure, actually. Does it really matter? Maybe rook f1. Yeah, maybe rook f1. And then we are planning to take on. We actually planned to play f5 to win a piece after rook f1. So maybe rook f1 is a natural move to be played. If you take on f4. We take knight takes f4 and we have bishop b6 maybe coming after that. Yeah.
What I wanted to just see is just to guide like the viewers. What has made you go now to rook f2? You were talking about taking on e5. Why have you switched now? Like what has happened in your brain? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I just think it's very good. Sometimes it's good to threaten something. And when we go rook f2, we are threatened to take on f5. We have also more strength when we take on e5 because you can no longer take back with the pawn. And we see the king is on the f line. So after rook f2, I would say that the most logical move to play would be to go to move away the king. You need to move away the king. If you take an f4, we take with the knight, and you can't go knight e5, and we're having bishop d4, but that looks very scary to go. So is this... Yeah, you can go bishop d4 in that position. But that looks... No, we have e5 then. No, that's getting scary. You have bishop f5, but we have e6 check here now. You're moving away. This is getting... It's possible you can play this, but it's getting a little bit scary, yeah. So I think rook to f1 or f2, and this is what I will play. And I think white has a big advantage here. +1, I would say.
Okay, Mom. So you say +1 and rook f2.
Yes.
I said plus 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. But okay.
And rook f1. And my idea was actually with rook f1 to, after king g7, to go f5 and then queen d1.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But maybe this is bad.
Yeah, I'm not so fond. Why I'm not so fond on f5? I'm not so fond on f5. Maybe because I don't have a knight to bring to f5. If I would have a knight on e3, I would absolutely go rook f1, f5, and then put my knight on f5. But my knight is very far away from that square, and you said rook f1, I said rook f2. One idea I have with rook f2 is actually also maybe to take on e5, actually maybe even to go to bring queen c1, bishop g5, and to actually to change it. So I will go for rook f2, and to exchange the dog squared bishop, and then your king will become weaker. You will be able to pin me, but I will hide away with the king on h1. Actually, then so I go for rook f2. Let's see, just to make a difference.
Let's go ahead then and see. Let's bring out the answers.
But I think you are closer than me on the evaluation. I think it could be 1. But I said 1, so we stay with that.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Black is...
Wow.
Rook f2.
Wow. Okay. So f5, the end just says the best move, followed by rook f2 and then rook f1. So your rook f2 was better than my rook f1 a little bit.
But it's tiny. But it's crazy. Rook f2 you take on f4. I wanted to take with the knight. Why is this not good to take with the knight? Why can't you take with the knight? Because bishop g4 now is coming. Then I have the wrong rook. And I was thinking of something like e5. But after you have knight take e5, I forgot about it. Yes, no, it's not possible knight take e5. So we need to go rook f1 here now. So this is the reason rook f2 is not such a good move. And if you go with other rook, go the one you wanted to go rook f1.
The engine prefers rook f2 over rook f1.
Yeah, but after rook f1 and you take on f4, if you go knight take f4 now, why is this wrong? Because knight e5.
Oh, because we just bishop b6 just never works.
It doesn't work here. So this is the difference. So with rook f2. And actually black is absolutely fine in this position.
To me that is crazy. I was sure white was just, white is a pawn up and the position looked so good.
Yeah.
This is crazy difficult to understand that black is better.
Yeah, black is with f5, but this was crazy. I told you I didn't want so much to go. And it's because the queen is coming to h5 and now rook f1. Oh, this is completely what is happening. F take e4. We have knight.
This is crazy.
After f take e4, we have knight f2, I assume, and we go knight e4, and we will grab it.
Wow.
And this is. Now this was very, very difficult to evaluate. I said +1, that's what I thought. So what was difficult to evaluate, when we put the rook on f2, you can choose whatever you want. Then when you take on f4, I know the logical is to take with the pawn because we keep them together, but it makes the king quite open, and you bring the queen h5, and then you bring the queen over here. And we see that the king is open. Now it's a little bit scary because you have moves like queen d4 and you would like to put the bishop on the long diagonal.
This is very scary.
This gets very, very scary, But I thought white was better, absolutely.
Wow. And then, now that he is just, Wow, but this line with f5 was very difficult to see.
This is very difficult to see. And I think the logic is to understand how good the position is for black. Black is not worse often taking an f4 because it opens up in front of the king. You have this pawn on h3, which is very, very annoying. It's a very typical way of restricting the king, annoy the king, to put it there. And we miss the dog with the light square bishop. So now we miss it to keep the king safe. But I couldn't realize that white, that the king was so unsecure.
And can I ask, why is black better? Because black is down a pawn. Why is it equal? Why is this good for black? What characteristics in the position make it good for black?
I believe it's because now when we see in the evaluation, we see that the queen is brings over to the king's side. It's because of the king, and that it's the king that is unsecure, and you have the bishop pair. And it's not, we can see how the queen on h5 still control c5 square. We want to play knight c5, but we cannot do it because we lose a piece. Maybe if we could play queen f2 here, maybe this would be, we would have the queen close to the king. We would also be planning knight c5. And this is something we would like to do. I guess we would like to do. We'd like to go knight c5, and then if you take, we take with the bishop. So we want to play an endgame where we play with a knight against the bishop on e6, and we have this extra pawn, I guess so.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then Mom, what should they do? They should subscribe. Yay! Press the subscribe button.